Hello everyone. Okay, so this is in honor of May 4th. I know I'm late, but this is my Jedi Sith type of style, basically. Did I ever tell you my connection to Star Wars? I have a lot of different ones, but I've told a lot of stories. Maybe sometime I will share pictures I have from the vault of George Lucas's vault of all of the props and everything. But in the meantime, happy May 4th and Star Wars coffee. Ooh. Isn't that fitting? And it's very connected to my podcast episode that is coming out or just came out. You might have missed it, so go take a listen. And this is going to be an episode where I talk about my first reading as a medium in Starbucks, and Jeff is going to be on as my guest, and you're going to hear it from his point of view, and we have sound effects, and we have a special announcement as well. So go to the House Medium and check it out somewhere here, probably here. I think it's here. And go check out the latest episode, and happy May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Okay, so let's get to the winners of this week's. And I want to remind everybody a couple of things. One, if you won the previous week, obviously you're not going to be picked for the next week. It's not like I'm just going to keep picking the same people, right? So you have to know that if you won the week before, you're not going to be picked. So just say, okay, if I won last week, I won't put in Read Me. I'll wait for the next week. That's fine, but I can't just keep picking the same people every week. Also wanted to remind everybody, or I wanted to announce to you that I'm giving 50% off of all my readings for a little bit for Mother's Day, because I know it's that time of year where it can be a little tricky, could be nostalgic and touching, but it could also be difficult for many people. So with the code HAPPY, you get 50% off. And also my mentorships. And if you want to know about my mentorships, then you could read about them on my website. But my mentorships, I am also giving away, if you're a Patreon member, one free half-hour mentorship. I will do a raffle on my Patreon only for someone to win at the end of the month. Only at the end of the month will I pick someone. So these free readings that I'm giving to you right now, that I'm doing these speed readings, I do every month for everybody who's on my Patreon. I give them to them there. Every month you will get one of these types of readings, guaranteed, because I do speed readings every month. So let's get to our first winner. Drum roll. Angie Patea, 2735. All right, Angie, here's your speed reading. My feeling when I see you, I kind of felt like things were kind of blooming around you, like all these seeds that you've been planting are finally starting to bloom and grow. I feel like you're kind of learning the lesson that when you plant seeds, then things will grow, that it's not always about what is happening right now, even though you can get impatient, you want things to be happening right now, that you want everything at your fingertips. It's so hard at the lesson of building. So for everybody listening, this is what's so important. When it comes to the spiritual world and when you're trying to do something, that realm is always telling me, learn to build, learn to grow seeds, learn to plant seeds, learn the concept that not everything you want can happen at that very moment, like it's about timing. And I feel like that's what's happening with you, Angie Patea. And another drum roll, it's Kate of the Fields is the next winner. Kate of the Fields. Okay, Kate of the Fields. The feeling, the vision that I get with you is kind of like you're on this path, you're kind of winding down, you're trying to find your way. It kind of feels like there's a little bit of sadness and you're almost feeling a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit pulled down at times. But when I see you looking down at the ground like you're watching each step. So you might be overthinking stuff and over feeling it. We can over spiritualize things, meaning like we can over like take spirituality and use it to like look too deep into things instead of just trusting our own intuition and sometimes just starting to do something, even if you're not sure what you're doing, even if you're like, I don't know, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to trust my gut. I'm going to go for it and we'll see what happens. Sometimes we can almost pick it apart too much that we get paralyzed. So remember, when it comes to intuition, that sometimes it's usually the thing you don't want to do because your mind is telling you, hey, this is the plan, this is what we need to do, and your intuition is pulling you in a certain direction. But if you overanalyze it with your mind and not trusting your intuition, or you're reading too much into the signs, it can mess you up, like meaning you're looking for too many signs. So remember, balance is always the key. This is for what I'm trying to do with these readings, is that this is for Kate, and this is something everybody can learn from. And lastly, Thrifty Christy 1572 is the winner. Thrifty Christy, that's a great name. I love that. Thrifty Christy, the first feeling I get from you is I want to say cheers. Cheers to you. I feel like there's something to celebrate, something that you're going, hey, I feel kind of proud of myself. I put a lot of effort into this. I put a lot of time, and I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back, and I feel proud of what I've done. I feel like you need to do this. It's almost like people around you haven't appreciated all the efforts you've put in and recognize the work you've put in, and I see like a heart going like this. And so I feel like if you kind of realize that love is around you from that other realm, there is love being sent and appreciation for the work that you've been putting into things. Sometimes you have to just go in the mirror and say to yourself, I know me, I know what I've done. You can't always wait for people to validate you. I always have a saying that, you know, if you have somebody in your life that you feel like you're waiting to have validation from, you're going to be a little bit disappointed, because if you wait for someone to validate who you are, you'll be waiting a long time. Sometimes you have to come to peace with it yourself. My saying is that sometimes people want all this validation, like before someone passes or something, they're like, oh, I should have this validation. And I say, you're not going to get the validation. If you can get this for yourself, you'll be so much more at peace, because when someone does pass, you're going to actually feel like you already validated yourself. So I feel like that's what you need to do, and that's for everyone. And I also saw rainbows, which makes me feel like there's color and creativity coming your way. Those are the winners. Yay! Well, this is my like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I need to be like more calm, right? No, yay, those are the winners. So if you would like for me to give you a speed reading, put in the comments, not speed reading, read me. Put in the comments, read me. Also, don't forget to follow and get notifications so you know that when you've been picked. I'll be doing this every week. If you would like to guarantee that you get a speed reading, then join my Patreon. My Patreon is the best way. It's only $5, and you get 35% off of my readings all the time and all the other things. Thank you all so much. Cheers. May the 4th be with you. Follow yourself. I know it's past, so it's okay. Follow yourself. Follow no one. Listen to your inner voice. And I'll see you soon.